If you're going to Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island on a cruise, you are in for a treat. Whether you're a big fan of Anne of Green Gables or you love the idea of exploring a seaside city and having some amazing food, this video is for you. I'm going to share with you everything that you need to know, along with some tips and tricks to having a perfect day in Charlottetown, PEI. Hi there, I'm Ilana from the website lifewhilecruise.com. Welcome back to my channel. I recently returned from a Canada-New England cruise. We absolutely loved it. We wondered why we didn't even do this sooner, but Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island was definitely one of our favorite stops, and I think it will probably be one of your favorites as well. In this video, I'm going to share with you what you can see and do in Charlottetown, PEI, from excursions to things that you can do on your own. And I'll also share with you some useful information and tips and tricks along the way. Now, before we get started, there are two things. Firstly, I'm going to leave the playlist of our Canada-New England cruise. I'm going to leave that at the end of this video so that you can check out the other videos and the other ports. And secondly, if you like this video, if you find it helpful, informative, or enjoyable in any way, then please do give this video a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And please subscribe if you haven't done so already. Let's get started. Where is your ship docked? Now, luckily, when you do arrive in Charlottetown, you are going to be docked right in downtown Charlottetown. So this is perfect whether you've booked an excursion through the cruise ship, if you've booked an excursion maybe through a local vendor, or you simply want to explore the area on foot, you can do so. You are really going to be in close proximity to restaurants, to shops, to museums, to churches, so you have a lot to do right within walking distance. Now, I will share with you the best things that you might want to see and do while you're in Charlottetown, but I'm also going to share with you the excursion that we did and how we divided our day. Basically, what we did is we decided to book an excursion for the morning time so that we would be back for the afternoon so that we could explore the city close by to the cruise port. Now, here are some fun facts and things that you should know about Prince Edward Island and Charlottetown. So Prince Edward Island is the smallest province in Canada, and it's known as the Green Island. I have to say, as we were going on our excursion, as we were on our bus, you could see the different shades of green. It was really incredible. And this province has some of the most beautiful natural landscape that I've ever seen in my life. Now, Prince Edward Island is most known for its potatoes. You probably have heard of PEI potatoes, for its mussels, its oysters, and of course, its lobster. Now, Prince Edward Island is also known for one other thing. I'll share that later on in the video, but probably most notably for Anne of Green Gables. That is a story that originated right in Charlottetown, PEI. So here are some of the best things that you can do when you're in your port of call in Charlottetown, PEI. So the first thing is to visit the Anne of Green Gables Heritage Site. Now, this is available as an excursion with your cruise ship, and you can also, if you like, you can take a tour maybe through a local operator. Now, this is probably about an hour away from the cruise port, so that's just something to be aware of if you do decide to book that privately. Now, we booked our excursion through the cruise line and did include a couple of stops, which I'll mention next. Now, I have to say the Anne of Green Gables Heritage Site is probably the most popular tour or excursion for cruise ship passengers. And a lot of people have heard of the Anne of Green Gables story. That story was written, I believe it was in 1909 by Lucy Maud Montgomery. So she is not actually Anne of Green Gables. That is a fictional character, but she did get inspired to write this story right in Charlottetown, PEI. Now, the house that inspired the book, I believe it was her cousin's home. So this remains in Charlottetown, PEI, and is a heritage site. So you can visit this home and you'll see that the home is really left as if it would have been during the time period of the story. Now, even if you're not a super fan of Anne of Green Gables, the grounds are just really very pretty, and you can even visit the haunted woods. Now, I have a little tip for you. As you're walking over to the Anne of Green Gables home, first you're going to see a little sort of coffee shop where they serve Starbucks, and as well you can buy beaver tails. Now, what are beaver tails, you might wonder? Well, beaver tails are sort of this delicious Canadian treat, and basically what they are is a mixture between sort of a pastry and a flat donut, and they're going to be covered with different toppings. So one of the classic toppings is sort of a cinnamon sugar. I really like that one, but otherwise you can go really decadent and get like Nutella covered with Reese's Pieces. There are a lot of good things to have. Now, something else that you can buy is the raspberry cordial. Now, the raspberry cordial is basically a soda pop that was supposed to be something that Anne of Green Gables and I guess her friends drank in the book or the show. Now, something else to do while you're in Charlottetown is to visit one of the local fishing villages. Now, we visited as part of our excursion the fishing village of North Rustico. This was basically about a 15-minute or so stop where we could see the lobster traps, find out a little bit of information. It was basically just extremely picturesque, a little bit of a photo stop. We also got a chance to talk to a couple of fishermen that were there, and we're Canadian, so we love to stop and talk with other Canadians when we did visit different provinces on our Canada-New England cruise. The Prince Edward Island National Park and Coastline. This was something, to be honest, that I didn't really even expect. It was so beautiful. Now, in Prince Edward Island, you'll actually have a coastline that really is red earth or red dirt, and it really is striking to be able to see. So we did have a stop also as part of our excursion for probably about 30 minutes, and to be able to see this coastline. There's also a lot of different information on sort of signs along the way while you're in this national park. Really a very interesting place to go, whether you book a ship excursion or you decide to do a local tour. Now, one of the things that I really liked about our day in Charlottetown was our excursion. We just had an incredible guide who gave us so much information about Charlottetown, PEI, and as well, even on our way back, did actually play some songs on his harmonica. This definitely felt like a quintessential Canadian experience. Visiting and exploring in downtown Charlottetown. Now, what we did after our excursion is we were dropped off at the ship area and we decided to walk around Charlottetown on foot. However, if you don't want to walk around on foot, there are a couple of different ways that you can explore Charlottetown. One of those ways is by taking a local tour. One of the tours that we saw that seemed to be very popular was hippo tours. Another way that people explored was also on horse and buggy. Now, Charlottetown is a beautiful seaside city that really has a small town, charming feel. For me, it reminded me a little bit of Bar Harbor. If you've ever been there, it definitely has a little bit of that feel without those hills. Now, you can pick up a Charlottetown city map and walk around. You'll find a lot of stores. You'll find a lot of restaurants. I'm going to share with you where we ended up eating. It was fabulous. And as well, you're going to find some museums and some churches. It really is a city with a lot of culture. And of course, if you're looking for souvenirs, there are definitely some things to buy. Now, one of the things that we did is we decided to try Canada's or maybe even the world's best ice cream. Yes, it is Cow's Creamery. I did buy a t-shirt while I was there. Now, was Cow's Creamery really the best ice cream? It was absolutely delicious. This is the first time that I've ever tried Cow's Creamery ice cream. I absolutely loved it. Now, just something to mention, while you are at Cow's Creamery, they have a really nice gift shop as well. So I think that these Cow's Creamery t-shirts, the magnets, some of those potato chips, for some reason they are covered in chocolate. All of those make really great souvenirs. Now, I'd love to know from you if you've ever been to Cow's Creamery. Do you agree that it is Canada's or maybe even the world's best ice cream? Please let me know down in the comments below. Now, since Anne of Green Gables is really Charlottetown PEI's probably biggest claim to fame, there definitely is a lot of Anne of Green Gables merchandise that you can find in a lot of the different stores. There was even, I think, the musical Anne of Green Gables that was playing at the local theater. And this is definitely something that you will find infused into a lot in Charlottetown. And we really enjoyed a lot of the different stores that had the Anne of Green Gables merchandise. Now, a visit to Charlottetown wouldn't be complete if we didn't eat some lobster. So we decided to eat at one of the recommended spots, which was the Water Prince Corner Shop. It is really close to the cruise port, so you can simply walk there. Now, even if it's a little busy, I think it's worth the wait. Now, something that I decided to try was the lobster roll, and I have to say it was absolutely delicious. I loved it. We also had the fish and chips and a whole lobster. That's what my son ordered. It was so good, well worth it. My husband and son also tried some local beer, including a blueberry ale and an island red. Now, you might be wondering about the currency in Charlottetown, PEI. So because it is a Canadian province, you are going to want to have some Canadian dollars with you. Now, alternatively, you can use a credit card. However, if you do use US dollars, you definitely can do that. They will take it, but beware that the conversion won't be favorable. Now, I wanted to share with you one other thing that you could either buy as a souvenir or even, well, if the time is right when you do go visit, that you can actually make this souvenir sort of by yourself. It is a red dirt shirt. So yes, the dirt is red, or the sand is red, the earth is red in Charlottetown, PEI. And what some people do, I found this actually on the internet before I went, is some people actually create their own sort of tie-dye shirts out of the red dirt. But alternatively, if you don't want to actually create your own shirt like that, what you can do is you can actually buy genuine PEI red dirt shirts. Now they're available right near the cruise port. You're going to find a couple of different places that you can shop. One of them is Founders Food Hall. So you'll find a bunch of different restaurants to eat at, and you'll find some shops there as well. Now, I hope that this video was helpful. Please let me know if you are going on Canada New England cruise. If you've ever been to Charlottetown, please let me know any tips that you have in the comments below. And I am going to leave videos right after this one all about some of the other ports that you might be visiting on your Canada New England cruise. Now, I hope that you did enjoy this video. If you did, please do give it a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Bye for now, and happy cruising.